Dried coconut seems to be a scarce commodity in some places. In Trelawney, we had a lot of coconut trees, so we used it for different purposes. For instance, we would cut the top of the shell and make a brush to clean the house. We would also cut it open and take out the fruit, which is used to cook our rice and peas. We would use some of the inner part of the shell, we call it the husk, to clean our pots, maybe with a little ash. And of course, that was like our substitute for Scotch-Brite or any other scouring pad. It worked nicely. Anyway, our parents used to cut the coconut in a strategic way. You had to cut all three sides, maybe turn the back of the machete, and then you kind of gently pry it off. Afterward, you use your hand to take the rest off. And then, the process goes on for a little longer if it's really hard. So once you have removed all the husk, then you can remove the actual coconut itself. And of course, one of the things you want to check if it is good before you use it. So you shake it, and if you hear water in it, then it might be good. Wow, this one isn't good because the water is yellow. So we'll try another one. And if the water is nice and clear, then we know that the coconut is good. Nice. That one is nice and clear. And of course, the meat is white. So that's going to make a good dessert or for your rice and peas. Now, I'm going to cut up a few pieces just to show you, like if we're going to make coconut drops. You'd kind of dice it. Some people like it thick. Some people like it thin. So it depends on, your preference. Like I said, you can make different, desserts or treats. Normally for the coconut drops, we're going to cook that with some sugar and maybe some ginger. And then there's a process to do that again. And once it's done, you normally leave it to cool and you snack on it. Really nice. Another thing that some persons do, they grate it. This is where now we're maybe preparing it for the pudding or for your rice and peas. And you can use it for multiple things. In fact, I think some people, they use it to sprinkle on other, again, baked products. I'm sorry. And as you can see here, I just have a little because I'm only demonstrating that small piece of coconut. So, we grate, and normally as kids, we would love to take the little bits and pieces that are left, and then we'd probably eat it with a little sugar. Or if you were doing it yourself, by the time you're done, you have eaten half of the coconut maybe. All right, another thing you can do is also shred the coconut. Again, having shredded it, you can put it in different meals that you're preparing. So you might sprinkle it on your baked products again, bake it. You'll see it on the shelves in the supermarket. Now, if you notice that the coconut right here is moist and almost like you're seeing the milk coming from it. So what we would normally do is get it in water, squeeze it as dry as we can, maybe in a piece of cloth or through a strainer. And then the milk that we get from it, we would use that to cook our rice and peas. Of course, you can use it to put in your porridge or anything. So whatever reasons, purposes you want to use it for, there are multiple things we can do with dried coconut.